Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on another Saturday afternoon, meeting three of our awesome fosters. Michaela and I are volunteers at MAS, and we truly enjoy getting to know our fosters and their foster families a little bit better. We're going to ask a couple of questions about how all the dogs are doing, any and all information that we can render from them. And if you're interested in meeting one of these pups, feel free to check out their IDs. I will list them in the comments and we will just get started. So I will go ahead and pick Robin because I think that you're getting someone that is ready to talk a little bit more about. And it says here, Robin, you are fostering Dominic. This is 3-year-old male. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Sure can. This is my big handsome guy right here, Dominic. And I've had him since about the 1st of October. The shelter said he was about 3.5 years old. So of course now he is neutered, has all his shots, and he's a great dog. He's really handsome for one thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Big gold eyes, kind of looks like a Weimaraner in the face. He's about 46, 45, a little over 46 pounds. And he's about at his shoulder, about 3 feet tall. He is very strong and very muscular and very playful. I think I said he's neutered, has all his shots, and he's a lot of fun. He loves to run in the yard and chase the balls, and he likes to take walks. He's pretty strong on the leash, but I'm older, so for a younger family or couple or whatever, man or woman, he'd be perfect to go hiking with, taking trails. I love to do that. It's just harder for me to do because he's pretty dang strong. But he is house trained. He's never had an accident in the house. He is crate trained. So I believe that he must have lived with somebody before. And he goes right in the crate. If he comes in and I say, go get in your crate, he'll get in there immediately and stay there as long as he needs to. We don't keep him in the crate very long, just overnight usually, because we also have a cat. And I love my kitty. He not so much. I would say I've tried to introduce him, but she's okay with being introduced. He's not so much. I'm just afraid he'll hurt her. I would say he's probably not going to be cat friendly. Other dogs, he's kind of selective. I can't walk him as much as I would like to and have in the past, but a friend, another volunteer at the shelter, took him out a couple of times for me, took him down to the crosstown concourse and down to several places where he met other dogs. And Tom said he did real well with them. Just every once in a while, there'd be one he just didn't like. But, and the lady where he had to board for a few weeks said that he was great with all of the ones that were in the kennel. So I think it's probably going to be just a matter of him being out more. And I'm sorry I hadn't been able to do that, but he's a great guy. He's just too good for somebody not to grab him up and love him. And he likes to be loved, as you can tell.
Yeah, he looks really content just like being your lap dog for right now as well. So it looks like he likes to play hard and rest hard too.
He likes indoors and out. If we're in here cooking dinner or something, he likes to be in here with us because something may fall on the floor.
Yeah,
he's a jewel. I sure hope somebody will take him and keep him forever. Oh, you're looking so fine.
Well, thank
Anything
you so
else
much
you
for
can think of, Katie?
your home, Robin. This is awesome. It sounds like he is a very athletic pup, but definitely he looks like a lap dog right now to me. So I haven't seen the athleticism in him just yet, but I'm sure he has it in spurts. So that's awesome. Well, thank you so very much for giving us a recap on him. Is there anything else we should know about Mr. Dominic?
I can't think of anything else. He's really a great pup, and I hope the right person will come along and snatch him up because he's deserves it. Look
Absolutely. Well, we will definitely encourage anyone wanting to meet Dominic that they bring along their pup and we can do a formal meet and greet since he seems to be a little bit, dog selective, which is totally normal, right? I mean, just like human beings, we like some people more than others. And so that it shouldn't be abnormal to think of that in dogs as well. So awesome. Well, thank you so much, Robin. I appreciate that.
Thank y'all for having this. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. All right, let's go next to Hopper. He looks like he is just happy as a clam right there. And so for anyone who has seen him previously online, he is also known as Mr. Jones, but the Parkers have renamed him Hopper. So let's hear a little bit about him and how is he doing in fostering?
I'm gonna have to figure out how to put this camera so that you can see him, because he's trying to merge with me right now.
I can tell.
He was originally going to be Mr. Jones until we noticed his propensity to jump. He is 1.5 years old, 55, 58 pounds, been neutered. I don't think he even noticed. He is actually a pretty chill dog, all things considered. He doesn't chase the ball yet, really doesn't do much with toys, but he loves to run around the backyard with his brother and sisters and play tag and whatnot. He gets along great with them. We do have an outdoor cat out front who keeps our house safe from squirrels and chipmunks.
Nice.
They haven't been formally introduced, but he is curious about her. So I can't tell you which way that will go. He is potty trained, came in potty trained.
Nice.
Very, very surprised by that. He's just a good dog. He's very quiet. He hasn't barked yet.
No.
He'll make a little
Really?
howl when he yawns, and which is oftentimes a signal that he's hungry, which is often. But this is the first dog that we've ever fostered, let alone owned, that is completely chill and relaxed. The first month that we've had, with a 6'3", 235-pound hairy dude, which is absolutely unique to me.
Right.
We've off and on fostered for 20 years, and there hasn't been a dog yet that's not scared of me until him.
Right. Yeah, he looks terrified of you right now.
Right. No, he's my special buddy. Actually, he's Hopper because I walk in the house, he tries to jump up on me. And we're trying to train him to not jump unless invited. If I try to leave, the only time you actually hear him doing anything is he runs around the corner and he hops over the baby gate that's supposed to keep him restrained, in the back half of the house. But but he hasn't tried to hop the fence. Nothing. He likes me a lot. He likes everybody, but
yeah, I can definitely see he has an affection for you right now.
Yeah, and mom's right here next to it. So.
And I'm right here. And I was just gonna say, this guy gets along with every dog. I mean, we have a real turd in our house. We just love her to death, but she's caused a lot of problems when we fostered before.
Why we can't keep nice dogs?
Yeah, that's what we joke about. Like, she's agreed that we don't have nice things, but they've got along famously. I mean, like, it's normal for them to all be in a row, lined up in the bed, just like little sausages next to each other. But he's a super good boy. He's good with kids. He's good. He'd be great if anybody ever was an empty nester, or perhaps a widow, like my mother, for instance. If she could take another dog, I would say, oh my goodness, take this one, because while he does jump up, he does it so lightly that it doesn't make you move at all. A lot of dogs will bowl you over. This guy is not one of those. He's just a sweet, quiet boy who gets along really well with others. And the other day I was up at the shelter with him for a meet and greet, and I will say 2 dogs kind of tried to go after him. He had no reaction. I mean, now a lot of the people in the lobby did, because they were all very defensive of him and making sure that he didn't get hurt. But I mean, he had another stray that another fellow had brought in come up and lick his face, and he just wagged and took it. So he definitely would be great in a house that had another dog, because he's just a sweet boy, and he really likes to have the companionship.
He needs somebody to interact with. That is for sure. As far as walking, we actually haven't been able to walk him a whole lot other than to the car, which he loves does well on the car ride. But he is strong, but honestly, we're dealing with a little bit of an injury issue, so we can't really just go out and walk him to test him right now. But he's just a good boy. Where he's learning to sit, and he's pretending that he knows some degree of stay. And
if I say go to bed and I use the tone, he will go to bed. Just on his own. So he's very trainable. He's a good boy.
We can't tell you about crate training because his bigger brother Junior kind of broke our crate. But he sleeps in the bathroom in a dog bed every night. That's where he's decided that he wants to be.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's very, I mean, he just sounds like such a well-rounded dog. We definitely need to find him his forever family that can capitalize on all of that. He's just checking so many boxes,
Yes,
really.
he is actually a very solid dog. I mean, if
That's
we
all. And
didn't
I
have
love his
three,
brindle coat. He just, like his little speckled coat just is so pretty.
it's like camouflage in the fall because you know he just blends in with the grass and the leaves.
Right, right. Well, I really appreciate
Turn around and say hi.
Yeah, sorry. Because you can't even hardly see him, and then he just blends in. And when he's out in the yard playing with our dogs, you don't see him, but you see them reacting to him because he's just this little camouflage fella. But
the
he's
red
super unique.
bandana helps.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. But yeah, hopefully somebody will consider him. He's awesome. He's the easiest foster dog we've ever had.
That's incredible. Well, thank you so much for fostering, Kim. We really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no, thank you, and thanks for this opportunity.
Absolutely. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Kim in this Pheonix. And for anyone who is familiar with our dog foster videos, we have featured Pheonix a few times. Kim's been working really well with her, and let's hear an update, Kim.
Okay, it just told me to unmute. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her over here where the trees are, and I'll just show that she has learned to sit. Wait a minute. Sit.
That's awesome.
Sit. Good girl. What a good girl. And she takes treats very gently. I can't see. I'm only up in the corner. Can you see her face?
Oh yes, we can see her.
Okay. So Pheonix is spayed. She's vaccinated. She's heartworm free and is on prevention.
That's
and
awesome.
also on flea prevention. She's what a good girl. She's completely housebroken. I've had her several months. She's not had a single accident. There you go. That's the last one. You can have it. One thing I forgot to mention last time. This is her little room here. It's a small room. It's a laundry room, but I did not mention last time that she stays in here quietly through the night, doesn't bark unless there's somebody at the door or something. If the weather's bad or if there's some other reason for her to be in this room, she stays in this room quietly. She does need chew toys though, because she does chew things. But that's somewhat understandable if she's in this room for a long period of time. You know, she needs some kind of stimulation, and
Absolutely.
chewing is her thing. I think she is listed on her paperwork as a male, so I just want to point out that was just an accident. She's not a male.
Yeah.
See her online. I imagine at the time, I know MAS was getting a ton of dogs in, and I imagine any shelter that gets thousands of dogs in a month would make a mistake now and then about that. So I just want people to realize that she is female if they see it.
It's a mistake. And just for those who aren't familiar with her, you keep her a little like in her own little room because you do have other animals in the house that you just want to make sure they have co-mingled. So she really would probably be best in a single dog home.
She has well, that's another thing I didn't mention last time. I'm not entirely sure how many times she was in playgroup. She was only at MAS for a week before I got her out. I think her big issue there was the fear aggression she was showing in her cage towards humans. And she still does that somewhat, but I just decided it was a bluff. And I went with that, and she went with that. So, which is not to say she wouldn't follow through if the circumstances were right, I guess. But as far as being around other animals, I already know that our permanent dog doesn't like dogs, so they don't interact. And she does show somewhat of a prey drive towards small animals when I've walked her, and towards our cats in the house. So she's not allowed loose in the house for that reason, where the cats are. I did take her to the dog park several times, and what we did was walk around outside the fenced perimeter of the dog area. I did that for a couple of weeks, and she did fine. Dogs would run up to the fence, and she would be okay with them, unless there was one time that a dog kind of lunged at her and started barking, and she did the same back. So we did finally one time go in the park when nobody was in there. And so if she could just run around, and a guy came in with his dog, and the two of them got along splendidly until he started throwing a stray ball that was just laying in the park. And Pheonix decided it was her ball.
Right.
So, but I had her on a leash the entire time. So, so I just took her out of the park rather than have anything go badly. But she does seem to be fine with other dogs. I think it would just take a while to make sure the introduction is proper. If somebody had another dog and wanted to try that out, I would not have her in a home with cats or other small animals.
Right.
I have noticed, and this could be a plus, when I took her for a walk one night really late, about 2 a.m., all the roaches were out near the storm drains. And she went crazy trying to get all the roaches. She was going to destroy them all, and they were all running around like crazy, so she couldn't keep up. But she could be a great pest control dog.
I was about to say, she's a pest inspector. That's an awesome plus. So good for her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she really has been just blossoming in your care, Kim. I mean, I feel like we find out something new about her every time we talk, and seeing her and seeing how she's definitely not going to interact well with smaller animals, but knowing that maybe with some proper training and introductions with other dogs, that it could be great with a future family that doesn't want to just have just her. But that's awesome. And well, that's awesome. I'm so glad that I got to catch up with Pheonix and got to meet two new pups that I hope to get families very, very soon. Again, I cannot thank you three enough, because it truly is like the lifeblood, our foster system, of helping out MAS, finding families for these pups, getting to know them a little bit better, us getting to be able to share this information with potential adoptees. It's so imperative and helpful for us, because a lot of people come into the shelter and they ask these questions that some of us may know, some of us may still be discovering. So everything that you do, we are so appreciative of it, and myself, Michaela, and the entire MAS staff. But well, we really appreciate your time this afternoon. And if you ever have any new pictures or any new thoughts or any new videos, feel free to send them our way. We are constantly trying to upload our socials and keep these dogs ever present in people's minds. So thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.